Okay, in this video I'm going to be programming the All-American Drummer solo number 24 from Wilcoxon snare solos. I have an iPad here in split screen and I have a website with the solo up on the left, and on the right I have PolyNome. So we're going to do this in a playlist, so I'll navigate to playlists and I'll create a new playlist by tapping on the plus. And I'll call it solo number 24. Hit save. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because you can stop and rewatch. But the first thing I'm going to do is enter the structure of this piece. So you can see there's some repeat markings here. I've put numberings on the bars so it's easier to follow what I'm doing. I'm going to start by entering edit mode here with the pencil and then plus bar. And I'm going to call the first bar intro because it's this lead, oh, let's call it lead in, because we've got this little lead-in bar here. And I'm going to turn off name plus time signature. You'll see it removes the time signature from down here. And actually we want it to be in 2/4. And I'm going to put in the next bar as well by going into multi-item entry here. So this button here allows me to tap the plus to add our lead-in bar. And then I'm going to say bar 1 and tap the plus. That gives me bar 1. And then I'll say add all to playlist. So now we have our 2 bars here. And then what I'm going to do is duplicate bar 1 with auto numbering to give us 17 bars total. So I'm just going to long press and go to duplicate, item, auto number, and I want 16 copies, which will give us up to bar 17. So now we have our framework of 17 bars that I'll be filling in with the notation. And then finally, I'm going to add in the repeats and the first and second endings. So we want to repeat bar 1 through 8. So I'm going to go into select mode, which you can do here, or you can do it from this menu, select items. And I want to choose bars 1 through 8. So I'll select bar 1 and bar 8, and then in actions, select all between. And then I'll tap actions again and choose repeat selected. And that puts the repeat start and end around those bars. And then we want the same for bars 9 through 17. So I'm going to enter select mode, choose 9 and 17, and choose actions, select all between, and then actions, repeat selected. So that gives us repeat markers around 9 through 17. And then we want to add a first time ending for bar 16 and a second time ending for bar 17. So I'll select 15 because we're going to insert and it will put it after this. So we'll tap on the plus, go to repeats and choose alternate ending number 1, tap plus to add it. So you can see this is going to be our first alternate ending, and then I'll tap on 16 and add one just after that. Again, it's repeats alternate ending, and this time it's a second ending. So this will play through twice. The first time it will play bar 16, the second time it will jump to bar 17. So that is our entire song structure for this piece. And now what we're going to do is enter the notation for each of these bars. So I'm going to exit edit mode, which you can do by tapping the X here or by tapping done. You can see we're editing the playlist. And now we're back into just playing the playlist. I'm going to select the lead in and enter this here, which is just an 8th note with 2 slashes on it. So I need to edit the rhythm. And we're going to have to put the rests in this. So we'll have a 1/4 note rest and an 8th note rest and then an 8th note. Because this is a full bar of 2/4, they just haven't written the rests in there. And then I'll tap above the note and tap on this twice to add, make sure we're selecting that note. Tap on this button twice to add the double slash you can see right here. And also we need a tie on this, so I'll hit the tie button. And that's our first bar done. And then I'm going to start using keyboard shortcuts because it makes things a lot quicker on the iPad. So I'm going to hit the right arrow, and because we're viewing this here, you can see we have right and left will take us through the items in the playlist. So I'm going to hit right arrow, which is essentially the same as tapping on this. We've got bar 1. I'm going to hit Control 1, and that edits rhythm 1. And then Command backspace will clear everything. And then we need 2 groups of 4/16 notes. So if I hit the number 4 twice, that's the equivalent of tapping this button. And then I can use the up arrow to jump and add the accents. I'm going to hit A to toggle an accent here, and then the right arrow and then A to toggle an accent there. So I've just added these 2 accents, and then down arrow to move to the sounds line here. And then we'll do right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So I'm going to do shift, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now notice that these sounds are currently hi-hat and snare. We're going to want practice pad or snare sounds, but I'll do that in the playlist. So I can hit enter, and we're done with that bar. Now I'm going to quickly on the playlist page tap on the playlist name and choose change playlist sounds. And I'm going to use the pads sound set, which you can see has 2 different practice pad sounds for the right and left hands. So that applies those sounds to the entire playlist. And I'll just quickly go back to this introduction and put an L on this. So we'll edit the rhythm and put an L underneath there. Okay, so let's move on to bar 2. Again, we've got 2 beats of 16ths, so I'll do Control 1 here. Command backspace to delete everything, 4 to enter those, and then the accent on that, and accent here, and then we want right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Notice we've got the practice pad sounds now. That's bar 2 done. Bar 3, right arrow, Control 1. Again, Command backspace will delete, and then 4 twice to enter those, up arrow, and then accent on the first. That's the only accent in this one, and then right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Right arrow to edit bar 4, Control 1, 4 twice. It's always 4/16ths for these. Then right, right, left, left. Right, left, right, left. And I want an accent on this L here. And that's that bar. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few different things. Control 1 to edit bar 5. 4 twice to enter groups of 4/16ths. I'm going to go to the sticking line, so I hit the down arrow. And while I'm on here, I can do Option A to toggle an accent. So I can do right, left, and then as an accent on this one, so Option A for an accent, right, left, and then as an accent on this one, Option A for an accent, right, left, right, right. So by doing it this way, you don't even need to put the articulations, the accents and ties in separately. You can do them while you're editing the sticking, so that's going to be even quicker. So that's bar 5, right arrow to bar 6, Control 1 to edit, delete, delete, 4, 4. So I'll do Option A for the accent, left, and then a right, Option A for the accent, left, right, and then left, and then Option A for the accent, right, left, left. Bar 7, Control 1, delete, delete, 4, 4. And then Option A for the accent on that first note, and we have right, left, right, left, right, right, and then Option A for the accent on this one, left, right, and then right arrow for bar 8, Control 1. So this time we have a 4 and a 2. And I'll go the first note, Option A for an accent, left, right, left, left, and then Option A, and then a right. And then the next one is also a right, no accent. And this time I'm going to do Option F for flam. Oops, I have to go back and make sure the note is highlighted. So Option F twice gives me the drag on there. And I also want the slashes, so Option slash twice gives me those 2 slashes, and then Option T gives me the tie. So You wouldn't need the option if you were selecting the top line here. You could just use FT and / for these buttons. Okay, so we've done the first 8 bars. That was pretty quick. Bar 9, Control 1, delete, delete. So here we have 4 for these 4/16ths, and then this is a custom note group. So I'm going to hit add and edit is command and the number. So command 4, if I wasn't running in a simulator, would do the same as this. Hit 4 and then command E. And what we want to do is remove the second note. So I'll hit 2, that removes the second note, and now you can see this looks the same as this. And I'm also going to save this rhythm to our saved rhythms. You can see I don't have it in the saved rhythms palette, so command S. Again, if you weren't in the simulator, it would do it. I'll tap on here, choose save rhythm. Now you can see we have that rhythm saved into our saved rhythms palette. So then we'll go ahead and enter the sticking. So right, and then option A, left, right, left, and then option A for this accent here, right, and then left, and then option A for the final accent, right, and enter. So that's bar 9, bar 10, Control 1 to edit. So this time we have this rhythm, 2/16ths and an 1/8, which you can see I already have in my saved rhythms. So I believe, let's try Alt 1, that if you use option and the number, it enters the notes from your saved rhythms. So this is option 1, option 2, option 3. And then, so we're on bar 10. So then we need just 4 for the second lot, and then I'll put in the stickings. So left, right, and then option A with a left for the accented left, and then right, right, left, left. That's bar 10. Right arrow, Control 1. This time it's 2 lots of 16th notes again, and no accents, so right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Bar 12, Control 1 to edit. A group of 4, and then this time 2/16ths and an 1/8, which again is Alt 1, option 1. So right, right, left, left, right, right, and then option A for the accent. Notice that I do the option to put the accents on first, because once I've hit L for the sticking, it moves to the next note. That's why you need to do it in that order. So that's bar 12, right arrow, Control 1, bar 13, so 4, and then 1/8 and 2/16ths, which is option 3 here, or Alt 3. And then we want right, option A for the accent with a left, right, left, and then option A for the accent, right, left, option A for the accent, right. So that was this bar here. Oh, sorry, bar 13, I should have been doing this. I did that completely wrong. So let me use the up arrow. I'll clear the accents. And in fact, I need to clear the stickings as well. Let's put the stickings in first. Right, right, left, left, right, left, left. And then I'll put the accent on this note. So you may find it quicker to do the stickings separate to the articulations. Or you may find it quicker to do them at the same time. So Control 1, we're in bar 14 here, so delete these. So now we want 2/16ths and an 1/8, which is my option 1. And then we want an 1/8 and 2/16ths, which is my option 3. And I'll put in the sticking first, right, right, left, right, left, left, and I'll put in the accent second, 1 there and 1 there. Bar 15, Control 1 to edit. 4, 4, and there's no accents in this, so I'm going to do right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. And bar 16, Control 1 to edit. So this is a 4 and a 2. I'll put in the stickings first, so right, left, right, left, right, right. And then use the up arrow, put an accent on the second note, accent on this note, and then we want a drag, so F for flam twice gives you the drag. Slash for the slashes twice gives you the double slash. And then finally bar 17, it did the repeat. So I have to go all the way through to the 17 and then Control 1. So 4 on 1. I'll put the stickings in first. Right, left, right. And then up arrow to get here. So we want F for flam. Accent on the second note. And then a flam and accent on the last note. And there we have it. The final thing you would want to do is tap on the padlock on the playlist to lock the tempo, so everything will play back at the same tempo, and then you can play. So it will repeat section 1, and then we'll go through to bar 9. And then we'll get our first ending at bar 16, and then back to bar 9, and this time it should do our second ending, so it'll go from bar 15 through to bar 17. And then it's looping and playing the whole thing again. If you want it to play once only, you can go to playlist settings, so swipe down to the settings row, and you can turn off playlist looping, which means it will play only once. Or you can have auto tempo change, which means you could have it increase the tempo each time the playlist loops. And there's more options in playlist settings here. The final thing I'm going to point out is that this very first lead-in bar played as if it was accented. Because there are no accents in this pattern, and when you have accents in a pattern, you see an extra fader in the mixer. So you'll notice that there's no accent fader in this one, but if I go to bar 1, there's an accent fader here that's set at 30%. And because in PolyNome everything plays as loud as possible, if you have accents, the only way to make those notes louder than the others is to reduce the volume of the non-accented notes. So as you push this fader up, the non-accented notes get quieter and quieter until when this is at 100%, you would only hear the accents. Now, because this lead-in bar doesn't have any accents, it has no accent fader, and therefore this note plays at maximum volume. So what you need to do, if you have a playlist like this where some items have accents in them and others don't, you need to turn on mixer lock, and to do that you tap on a fader to get this big fader, and then you tap on the padlock, and this will turn on mixer lock, which means that changes to this fader are applied to the entire playlist. So I am going to set this to be 30, and that has applied a fader level for the accent of 30, no matter whether the preset has an accent in it or not. So I'll just tap this again to disable mixer lock, and now you should find that this first item plays unaccented. Okay, so that's it. That's how you program this snare solo. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for using PolyNome.